Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our show. Also, those tuning in through our online affiliates around the world, we welcome you, as well as our Heart family. We're glad that you all could join us as well. I was just saying to our next guest, it's been 2 years since he was actually on our program, but Actor Tremayne Norris has definitely been busy in that amount of time. When we last spoke, he was promoting the television series called The Heart. He's had a lot of great projects since then we're going to talk to him about, as well as the journey of doing what he loves and sharing it with all of you. If you're just not hearing about Tremayne, we'll tell you at the end of our segment how you can stay connected with him. Tremayne, hello to you and welcome back to the program.
Hey, Cyrus, how are you? Glad to be back.
Hey, man, glad to have you back. As I said, you definitely have had a very busy last couple of years. The last time we talked was with the TV series The Heart. What has it been like for you, Tremayne, to not only be doing what you love, but also to be able to see the response to it?
Yeah, these past 2 years have been an amazing journey to finally get to where I want to be, acting-wise. A lot of people did not probably know that, I was an attorney during that time for the past almost 10 years. I was trying to juggle the career as being an attorney while pursuing acting on the side. And finally, within the last couple of months, I kind of made the switch of transitioning to acting full-time and leaving the comfort and security of a steady paycheck to pursue what I truly love to do, which has been the greatest decision, let me tell you, that I've made. So, yeah, life is great right now, and I'm just excited for what the future has to hold.
Yeah. Tremayne, I want to talk about that, if you don't mind, a little bit, because I think for our audience out there who are, as we're beginning a new year, they're thinking about what they want to do versus what they're doing right now. Decisions have to be made, and those decisions are not easy, like you said. I mean, you had to make decisions. How did you get the courage to do it? I mean, because I think for so many people, as they look at you as an example as to what they can do, how did you find the courage to say, you know what, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations are worth making this leap?
Yeah, my situation is a little different from some people that might be listening right now. Like, I was fortunate, I wouldn't say fortunate, but, I was in a position where I didn't have a lot of people riding on the decisions that I made personally. I'm still single. I don't have any kids. So, to me, I have no excuse. Like,
gotcha.
I should be trying to pursue what I want to do, because I don't, there's nothing really tying me down to a specific location, to a particular region of the country. I'm free to do whatever I want, so I have no excuse. And as far as trying to get the courage to do that, ultimately do what I want to do, it came from just years of not being happy. And to me, there not being any other choice but to pursue what is eventually what I think, and I know in my heart will make me happy. So I guess it was just the years of just kind of drudging along, doing something that I thought I should be doing. It's what society told me that I should be doing. Go get a good job, get decent money, have secure paycheck, steady paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. But, eventually I just got tired of that. I wasn't happy, and I was like, all right, I need to be happy. I need to find something that truly is going to give me joy. And I'd say, 5 years into being an attorney, I started picking up acting, and that became my joy. And, I didn't want to be that what if guy. Like, what if, years down the line, what if I took that chance and tried acting, instead of, staying an attorney all these years. I didn't want to be that guy wondering back of mind, could I have made it? Could I have really done it and done it to the best of my abilities and been successful at it? I just said, screw it, let's just do it, see what happens. So that's what I ultimately did.
Right. I think that's it, and I think that decision, as you said, it was one of the best things, and I think that's the thing for so many of us. When we do it, it's like, wait a minute, what was I afraid of? What was I worried about? What took me so long to do it? Now, the internet, social media has been one of those ways, Tremayne. That's how I reached out to you about coming back on the show again. I've been following you, of course, through Instagram and other platforms. Talk to us about that. I mean, you had a very funny rant that you posted recently about an incident with a dog, and we'll leave it kind of blurry so our audience can go back and check it out. But that has gotten hundreds of views. Just your sharing that experience. I mean, what has it been like for you to kind of let people into your journey through social media?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. I felt I'm just now in a position to kind of do that because, as an attorney, it's a very conservative field. You're representing. At least I worked at a major law firm, and we represented huge multi-billion-dollar companies, and we dealt with cases for them where hundreds of millions of dollars were on the line. Everyone's serious. Everyone's taking their jobs very seriously. It's very important. There's a high stress. So I felt as though I was a little censored in being able what I could really share with the world because I didn't want to say something inappropriate that would be taken in the wrong way, which would affect the perception of our clients that we were representing in the firm as a whole. So, for the past, 5-6 years, whenever, Facebook and Instagram became popular, I wasn't that active. I actually kept my profile private. I only let my friends see it. But now that I've escaped from that conservative world, you guys are going to be in for a huge treat because I'm a very silly, crazy person, and I don't think a lot of people know that or knew that because I would kind of hide that just amongst my private friends and family. But yeah, it's about to get crazy and interesting on my Instagram page, that's for sure. And as far, there's going to be a lot of rants, a lot of, pointing out odd stuff that I see in society and in general that I will highlight on my Instagram page. So be tuned in, people.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be letting our audience know how they can stay connected with you there for sure, Tremayne. Which brings us to another thing. I mean, the projects you've been able to do outside of the rents, you've been also letting us know the work that you've been able to do. Talk to us about that. It's also part of the fun of being an actor, the fact that you are able to slip into the skins of different characters and to bring them to life.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm definitely a schizo type person. I have multiple personalities, and I create these stupid characters out of thin air or just based off of people that I meet in regular life. So it's fun to just go in and out of characters and become someone else temporarily to make someone, to entertain people, to make people laugh, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's the reason why I fell in love with it, because it's actually a career where you can to be silly and to be childlike is celebrated. And that's me. I'm a very silly, childish person, very immature at times. And it helps when it comes to having to dive into the life of someone else or just become someone else for a project. It helps tremendously, and to finally find something, an outlet that is, like I said, it's celebrated when you have those personality traits and those skills. It's an amazing mesh between my personality and having fun and doing it for a purpose that's going to entertain the masses, hopefully. So, I mean, acting is just, it's a true passion and joy that I'm glad I stumbled upon. Yeah.
And some of these projects you've been able to do, I mean, have been, continuous projects. I mentioned when you and I were first introduced to each other, Tremayne, 2 years ago, that was with The Heart, that was with multiple episodes, some of the other work you've been able to do. Talk to us about that. I mean, bringing to life characters like Matthew for Chocolate City and others. I mean, what has it been like for you to kind of have that time and the ability to kind of flesh these characters out?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. One of another big project that I work on is called Anacostia, the series. It's a web digital series that we're 5 seasons deep into it. We have 50 episodes up on YouTube right now. We've been nominated for Emmys. We've won Emmys. And that character is another that I play. His name's Carlos. Is a very complex, let's just say very complex and interesting character that has been fun and challenging to play. I like to play complex characters. I like to play characters that are dark, that have some type of that basically take you on a roller coaster ride of emotions. I like to play characters that you love to hate because they're so good at being bad that you can't stop watching, even though they're doing terrible things. You know, I'm doing such a hopefully believable, convincing job that you can't turn away. I like to play those types of characters. I look for those types of roles. I also look for comedic roles because I like to make people laugh. But that's what I like to do. I like to take roles that are traditionally reserved or have been reserved for white males, and I like to take those types of roles and apply it to the viewpoint from an African American male. I mean, we never see the diabolical bad guy, right? All our bad guys are like hotheads, you know, guys that are gangbangers and stuff like that. But we never see like a character like the Joker, played by Heath Ledger, and Batman, that is just methodical and just is thinking 10 steps ahead of people and keeping people on their feet. We never see that from black actors, and I want to see that more of that. And I want to take on those roles to help show that we can do more than just be gangbangers.
Right, exactly. That's a really good point. And it brings me to another point I wanted to make sure I talk to you about, Tremayne, and that is, of course, you know, as you have been able to watch other actors, I had this conversation with another actor recently, you've been able to go from having other actors that you admire and that you have followed, that now you're building a body of work that other people are able to follow. Does that feel to have the shoe on the other foot, so to speak, and to be able to be someone that individuals look at as an example as to what they can do?
That's an interesting question. I never really even thought about that. I think still so early into my career that, you know, I don't even think of myself as a role model, but maybe I am. I never really thought about that. But I guess in any project or role that I take on, I want to do such an amazing job that I'm just doing it for the purposes of the audience. I want them to be thoroughly engaged and enjoying this experience that I'm putting together, and if they can take some bits and pieces of what I'm doing, fellow actors can do that, and look what I'm doing and take some bits and pieces of that and apply it to what they're trying to do or accomplish in their project, and that's awesome. That's awesome. I think the goal of all the entire acting community is to continue to further the growth and the development and the storytelling of all these interesting stories that are out there. If we can do that as an acting community and kind of highlight some of the social aspects that are going on in this world, social injustices, and just anything, any story. There's so many stories out there. If we can all just kind of just better the entertaining, the storytelling that is possible, that is amazing. So, yeah, I never really thought about people looking at my body of work and learning and taking things from that and apply it to what they do. But honestly, that's kind of the goal of the acting community. That's what we should be doing.
For sure. Well, one of the individuals you had a chance to work with on the project is someone that's become a regular on our program, and I think you love her as much as we do, and that's Coco Brown. You had posted a great photo of the two of you last year. You all were a part of Finding Boaz together. I mean, talk to us about that. I mean, again, working with such talented people like that, and as you are doing now with Anacostia and the other projects, what has that part of the experience been like for you?
That's where I'm like a kid in a candy store, right? And I'm seeing people that have been like Coco Brown that have been doing it for years, and she is so funny. Oh my gosh, that I can learn from them. Seeing them on set, seeing their level of professionalism that they bring to being on set, to their roles, to how they take on a role and just become this other character. That's where I'm like, I sit back. Sometimes I'm in the scene and I'm looking at them. I'm like, whoa. She's killing it. Oh, my God. And I learned from them. So, yeah, that's been an amazing opportunity, especially with Anacostia, where we bring back so many there's been so many, like Martha Byrne, that we've had these iconic daytime television actors that come to Anacostia, the web series, and have been killing the roles that have been presented to them. And I just sit back and watch them and just learn, and I'm in awe. They're amazing people. Just to be working with other great actors that have been doing it for decades, and to take what they've done and learn from them and applying it to, my roles and my characters that I try to develop. So it's been an amazing experience thus far with the projects that I've been on, to just learn from the greats that have done it to the best of their ability for years.
Right. I have to ask you this question, Tremayne, as we wrap up, and that is about the what's next. I have now gotten to be more comfortable. I have, like many people, walked the tightrope of being present in the moment, enjoying where you are and what you've achieved, and thinking about that, but not being complacent and thinking about, okay, what's that next thing? How can I challenge myself next? Do you find yourself, asking that question of yourself as you kind of look at your professional career?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that my entire life. I've been into it's come from being into sports as a kid all the way through college. I mean, you have coaches that are just riding you and pushing you, and at some point, you don't want to be the weak link. So you're always on the team. So you're always, at least for myself, I've always been a self-starter, use self-determination to push myself constantly, not accept being mediocre. I always strive to be the best. I always do. I just don't. It pretty much comes from the fear of being embarrassed. I never want to be on set or doing a role, or just even when I was an attorney. I never wanted to embarrass myself. So I took the time to take the proper planning and learning and developing whatever skills I needed to, so I would be so prepared and ready to take on the next challenge that, I would be, and I would be my worst critic when it came to executing whatever it is I wanted to do. So I'm so hard on myself that, I don't even, whatever anyone else says, it's fine. I don't take offense to it because I've already beat myself over it 100 times. So I'm always striving to further my abilities as an actor, as a human being, as a role model. I never want to settle for anything less than what I know that I can achieve. I'm always searching for the next opportunity, always trying to outdo the person I was the previous day. That's another thing I try to do. Always want to outwork myself. I'm only in competition with myself and the person I was yesterday. And I always want to outdo that person. So that's how I look. That's pretty much my outlook on life and taking on and getting better. It's just trying to outdo myself, the person I was the day before.
Yeah. What a great thing for all of us to remember, and a great message for us all to keep in mind, too. Again, everyone, Tremayne Norris has been our guest. Great conversation with you, Tremayne. We've been talking with him not only about his acting journey, but what it was like for him to step out on faith, to do what he loves, and now, of course, to be able to really reap the response to it. A lot of great projects he's been working on. So, Tremayne, we also mentioned, of course, how you've been interactive with your fans. Let our audience know how they can be able to kind of stay connected with your journey.
Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram now. So my Instagram handle is my name, at Tremayne Norris, TremayneNorris on Instagram. There you go.
All right. So make sure you'll definitely stay connected with Tremayne. We'll be tagging him as well. Tremayne, man, congratulations to you again on all the great things going on with you. Looking forward to seeing what's coming up next for you. And definitely, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime, man.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. It's been fun. We'll definitely come back sometime in the future. Thanks, Ira.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you're more than welcome, man. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Tremayne, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites, so head over to Facebook.com/CyrusWebb or go to Twitter.com/CyrusWebb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.